Hi, thank you for joining me today. In this short video, we're going to go over who Big Brothers Big Sisters is as an agency, our mentoring model, our enrollment process, and our program expectations and rules. At Big Brothers Big Sisters of Southeast Michigan, we believe in the dignity and worth of all individuals. We believe that each young person deserves unconditional support and acceptance, no matter of their race, religion, gender, or sexual orientation. We encourage any and all young people and potential mentors to inquire to learn more about being in a supportive, developmental mentoring relationship. We use these values as a basis for enrolling volunteers and families. We support and accept children as well as volunteers that have a wide range of identities, and we ask that people who enroll into our program be open to working with those who are different than themselves. This means we have volunteers that are a part of the LGBTQ plus community, different races, different religions, and different genders. So you're probably familiar with Big Brothers Big Sisters a little bit already, but I want to talk with you about some specifics to see if this is the right fit for you and your family. So at BBBS, we focus on one-to-one mentoring relationships that allow a volunteer and a child to build a genuine and strong relationship. We ask that once your child is matched in the program, that they're able to commit at least for 1 year's time, meeting up with their big 2 to 3 times a month. Our most common mentoring model is what we call community-based mentoring, which means bigs and littles meet on their own time, doing whatever they'd like to do. Of course, we'll always help provide ideas, which include free to low-cost activities to keep the cost of mentoring reasonable. However, matches should schedule activities between the big and the parent and work around their personal schedules to find time to get together. In order to build that genuine and strong relationship, we match bigs and littles strategically with common goals and interests in mind. Additionally, every match and every family are assigned a Big Brothers Big Sisters staff member called a match support specialist. This will be your go-to person throughout the time of your match. They'll assist you with activity ideas, provide any troubleshooting if you're having struggles within your match, as well as providing opportunities and resources in the community. They'll reach out to you regularly as this is a requirement of the match, but we encourage you to always reach out to them if you ever need anything. Now that you've learned about our program, let's talk about the kids in our program, or as we like to call them, our littles. So to be eligible for the Big Brothers Big Sisters program, kids must be between the ages of 7 and 15 and live in our service area, which includes Macomb, Oakland, Washtenaw, and Wayne County. Most importantly, all the kids in our program are enrolled voluntarily and are here because they want to be. Your child must want to be a part of this program in order to participate, so please be sure to talk with them about enrolling. We focus on centering youth, so it's important that your child understands the program, wants to be a little, and as well as wants to be matched with the big. We also do have some general safety requirements for kids in our program to be eligible as well, which includes being able to openly communicate about their safety with an adult and to be able to use the restroom alone unassisted. Unfortunately, we are not able to serve all youth, but we're always happy to provide referrals to other agencies if we're not the correct fit for your family. We see littles in our program have a variety of positive outcomes from being matched. You can see some examples on the screen, but I'll go into a little bit more detail. Mentored youth are 20% more likely to pursue higher education, breaking cycles of limited educational attainment and opening doors to new career opportunities. Mentored youth also earn 15% higher earnings early in their career. This shows that mentorship provides a tangible pathway to financial stability, helping young adults build economic foundation for long-term success. Mentorship also closes 2/3 of the socioeconomic gap, demonstrating that positive relationships can transcend economic circumstances and create upward mobility. Within just 18 months, mentored youth also show measurable improvements in school attendance, performance, and behavior, creating positive academic environments that benefit the entire school community. Improved behaviors and stronger social bonds also create positive ripple effects that strengthen entire communities over time. Overall, we see our littles making positive decisions, having greater confidence in themselves, and are more likely to avoid risky behaviors such as drugs and alcohol, or skipping school and doing better in school, or just feeling better overall. Next, let's talk about our mentors, or as we like to call them, our bigs. It's important to know what bigs do and what bigs don't do when you're matched in the Big Brothers Big Sisters program. Maintaining healthy boundaries in the match relationship is one of the best ways to ensure a successful match relationship between big, little, and parent. So let's start with, what do bigs do? Bigs are role models, they're supporters, they're allies, and they're advocates for their little. And while they serve in these roles, there's also a handful of roles that we do not want them to fulfill. So please remember that bigs do not do the following things. Bigs are not a babysitter. So bigs do spend time with their littles, but they're not there to simply watch their little or take other kids with them on outings. Bigs are not a ride service. So while bigs do transport their little to and from outings, they should never be asked to help with transportation outside of this. Bigs are not a financial support. So bigs are responsible for the cost of outings, but they should never be asked for financial assistance. If you are in need of any assistance, please contact your match support specialist, as we're connected with community resources and may be able to help you. Bigs are not a tutor. Now, they definitely can help with homework if your child would like, but just remember they're not a professional tutor. So if you feel like your child may be in need of a professional tutor, please let your match support specialist know and we can look into that. Bigs are not therapists or counselors. Now, they can be an ear of support for your little and listen to them and hear what's going on, but please also do not think of them as a professional. And if you're in need of a professional, please let your match support specialist know and we can look into that for you. Bigs are not meant to be a co-parent. So they're there just to mentor your child and never to parent them. We would never ask bigs to make decisions or to discipline your child. And then bigs are not a friend of the parent. Now, this doesn't mean you can't have a relationship with the big. Obviously, we want you to have a bond with them. But just please remember that the big is meant to be your child's person and your child's mentor. And lastly, never ask a big to serve as their professional career. They may have a professional role in their life, but just remember, when they're within Big Brothers Big Sisters, they're just a volunteer. Next, let's talk about big requirements. We have a numerous amount of processes put in place to ensure the safety of the youth in our program. We thoroughly screen our bigs through an in-depth interview process, background and criminal record checks, central registry check, driver's license checks, and references. We also keep in contact with all match members once per month. We have supervisions with Big Brothers Big Sisters managers to discuss any problems within the match, and we also have policies in place such as home visits. We also monitor the closure process closely to ensure a successful closure. Healthy relationships can have healthy closure. It's important to remember that very few matches close due to safety concerns, but we rely on you, the parents, to keep our eyes and ears open to help keep happy and successful matches. Sometimes parents will overlook their importance in a match and believe that the match relationship is simply between the big and the little. But please remember that you do serve as a key and a vital role in creating a successful match for your child. You are the gatekeeper for your child. This includes communication, scheduling, knowledge of their comfort level, but also in allowing your child to get together with the big in general. Without you, the match relationship will fail. And although there are some activities we do not allow to occur in a Big Brothers Big Sisters match, all match activities must be approved by you in order for them to happen. If it is something that you do not want your child to do, then it should not be happening. In addition, we rely on parents to have open communication with bigs to help youth schedule outings. We know that some parents are wanting their child to become more responsible or more independent and manage their calendars. However, we need you to continue assisting and checking in with your child to make sure this is going well. For some matches, we encourage group texts between big, little, and parent for scheduling purposes to make sure that all parties are on the same page and a potential plan has been communicated and approved through all parties. You also play a key role in helping the big get to know and relate to your child. Many of the kids in the program are very shy at first when meeting their big, and that's okay. But it's helpful for you to talk to the big about how they can help them be more comfortable or what topics they can talk about to help them open up more. The boundaries and communication patterns that you set early on in the match will create a successful foundation for the match moving forward. Child safety is our #1 priority at Big Brothers Big Sisters. Let's go over some of our program policies that help keep our kids safe. Outings should only include bigs and littles. This helps ensure that they are developing a strong and healthy relationship and that they're also being safe within their relationship. No outing should occur within the first 4 months at the Big's home. This helps ensure that the family and the youth are comfortable with the Big and trust has been established. At the 4-month mark, the match support specialist will talk to you first to determine if that's something you're comfortable with. If you never want your child to go to the Big's home, that's okay too. A discussion will be had with everyone and approval must be given by the match support specialist before any outing would occur at the Big's home. We also perform a home assessment to make sure the home is free of safety concerns. Regular contact, or as we call it, match support with the agency is required. This is the most important element of child safety, and we may suspend or even close a match for not completing match support. During match support, we just want to make sure everyone is happy, things are going well with the match, and there are no safety concerns happening. Each match commits to 1 year, which allows the relationship to develop and have an impact on the youth. We have a zero tolerance policy for drugs and alcohol before or while a Big is with your child. Some of our Bigs may drink or smoke socially and do that on their own time, and that's something we can discuss with you about your preferences in the interview. All Bigs must obey traffic laws, and youth under the age of 13 must sit in the back seat while they're with their Bigs due to our liability insurance policy. Overnights may not occur at all within the first year of the match. After 12 months of a successful match relationship, a Big and a Little may submit an application for an overnight visit that will be reviewed by our president and CEO. Although overnights are possible, they are not common and must include a learning element that would be unattainable without the overnight. We do discourage Bigs and Littles from being friends on social media. However, if a match is connecting on social media, we ask that the Big shares their username with their match support specialist as well as the parent. Some of our Bigs may own firearms or weapons. Again, we'll discuss the preferences during interview. However, our Bigs are not allowed to carry a weapon on them or have it accessible while they're with their little. This includes whether or not they have a concealed carry permit. If you have any questions on these policies, please let the interviewer know. Now that you know more about the details of the program, you may be wondering, okay, so how do I enroll? What steps do I need to take? The steps for enrollment are here on the screen. Today, by being here, you've actually marked off the first 3 steps, as today we'll go over the orientation, pre-match training, and your interview. After today, we'll work on finalizing your child's file on our end with a written assessment and give you time to complete your RPI survey if you haven't already. After all these things are complete, your child will be placed on our wait list. At this time, I do want to be transparent about our wait list. On average, little sisters can wait about 3 to 6 months to be matched with a big sister. Little brothers wanting a big brother can wait up to a year or longer. I want to share this information so we can be honest and also let you know that we have a need for bigs. However, in your interview, we can get to know your family and decide if you would like some more additional support while you're on the wait list. We also provide optional training for parents and guardians on our training website, and if that's something you're interested in, please let your interviewer know so we can send you more information. As mentioned before, once you complete the entire enrollment process, your child will be placed on a wait list and they will be ready to be matched. Once on the wait list, staff will be able to look for the best fit for a big for your child. We look at a few main areas of both the big and the little when putting matches together. We look at common interests, location, preferences, and backgrounds. We also look at areas of strengths, areas of growth, personalities, and communication styles of each participant. After a match has been made pending, we will give you a call to present a description of the big to you and your child so that you can determine if you think this big is a good fit for you and your family. We want you to be honest in this process and ask any questions that you may have. And if you have any concerns, we want you to talk about them now as well. And if you don't think the selected big is the right fit for you and your family, definitely let us know and we'll continue the search for the right big for you. If everyone believes this is a good fit and a good match, our staff will schedule a facilitated match meeting, which is the first time you'll meet the big in person. Match meetings typically take place at one of our offices or in the community, like at a library or coffee shop. We're also able to do match meetings in your home if transportation is a barrier. This meeting is conducted by your match support specialist who will be paired with you to support you throughout the length of your child's match. As a group, we'll discuss program rules, expectations, and guidelines to being a part of the program. We'll also work on setting goals with the little to see what they would like to achieve while they're a part of the program as well. This can also be an opportunity for the match to schedule their first outing, talk about their availability, and discuss communication preferences, like if they prefer to be texted or called. And during this first meeting, the match support specialist will also discuss scheduling regular match support calls with you. Next, let's talk about match support. Match support contacts each month can be a phone call or an in-person conversation. Occasionally, it can be through email or text as well, but we don't use these methods as much. We also utilize a scheduling system called Acuity, and this gives you the ability to find a time that works for you, rather than having your match support specialist call you at inconvenient times. Your match support specialist will reach out to you during the month to remind you that it's time to catch up about the match. And remember, the underlying purpose of match support is child safety. Our match support specialists are trained professionals to assist in fostering a positive mentoring relationship while also monitoring the match relationship for any boundary crossing, development of unrealistic expectations, or any pink flags or any concerns that may come up during the course of a match. Throughout the course of the match, we also have some required surveys. There is one included in the enrollment process, one at the start of the match, and then a few at the 3-month and the annual anniversaries of a match. These surveys aid our research to determine outcomes of matched youth, but also assist us in finding the best big possible for your child. You may be wondering what a match looks like. So let's talk about the life cycle of a match. So the first step would be to have your match meeting. And remember, this is where you meet the big for the first time, and you would go over rules, expectations, and set goals for the match. From here, you'll be matched for 1 year. And during the first year of the match, a match will spend about 2 to 3 times per month together, getting to know one another and working on their goals. Your match support specialist will call you monthly during this time for match support, but you're always welcome to call your match support specialist more frequently than this if needed. Once the match hits 1 year, we like to celebrate their anniversary, or as we would call it, their match-iversary. At this time, match participants will complete surveys and discuss if they'd like to continue the match. For some matches, this is a natural closing point as there have been significant changes in schedules, plan to move out of the area, or other changes. And for other matches, they're excited to keep going. So if a match is excited to keep going and wants to go beyond 1 year, they've already established a connection and a foundation with one another. They'll continue to spend time with one another regularly and consistently while working toward new goals that they've established together. At this time, match support contacts occur once every 3 months instead of monthly. If you need to talk to your match support specialist more than this, of course, always call them. On our next slide, we'll talk about what happens when a match decides to close. And it's important to remember that all of our matches will eventually close for one reason or another. We don't say if, but when a match is closed. Let's talk more about that. As I mentioned before, all matches will close eventually, whether that's after the first year, after 7 years, because someone moves out of state, or because the little graduates. There are dozens of reasons for healthy closure, and the most important aspect of a match closing is how it's handled by the big and handled by the parent. Ideally, we would like the match to close at the year mark or later if you're thinking of closing. However, if you need to close early due to an unforeseen issue or challenge, one great part of being a part of our program is the group events that we offer that allow matches to experience new activities together and meet other matches and families in our program. Event information is sent to bigs and parents depending on the event through email and in our newsletters each month. Some events are smaller and limited capacity, while other events are larger, where we can invite matches and families to attend. We also have discount ticket partnerships with places such as Greenfield Village, and at times we are also honored by being invited to attend special events such as the Detroit Lions Training Day Camp. Many of these activities are open to our matched littles, but also our waitlist littles as well. We always ask that you RSVP so that we can get an accurate count for attendance or if food is offered at the event. We also ask that you let us know when you can no longer attend an event so we can assure that another match has the opportunity to fill your spot. Thank you so much for taking the time to learn more about our program. If you have any questions, please ask them to the Big Brothers Big Sisters staff member who is conducting your interview.